Hi, today I was at the Asian market and found these small bok choy, or sometimes they're called baby bok choy. And today is a simple dish, and traditionally it's just stir fry in salt. I mean, stir fry in oil with salt and garlic, and that should be it. So, first thing, since this stuff grows in the ground, sometimes there's sand in the leaves. So, what you want to do is break it apart, scrub it as needed to make sure there's no sand, and then add or put the scrub leaves in a strainer and just rinse one more time and let it dry before you stir fry. Let it dry before you stir fry. So that's pretty much the prep. So as the veggies are straining, you could take a look at them. And the objective of a good stir fry is to have everything roughly the same size. If the leaves are kind of wide, you could split it in half, and you could just leave it alone. I mean, it's up to you. It depends on how uniformly cooked they are, or you want them. This is optional if you want to split them, because these are pretty small to start out with. So it works either way. Sometimes if it's really wide, I'll split it in half, but it's optional. I'll just let this dry some more. All right, this is a really simple dish, and if you ever gone to a Chinese restaurant and watch what the workers eat, they definitely have this stir-fried bok choy, and it's really simple. You have oil that you're going to heat up. I have a clove of garlic that I just coarsely cut into large cubes. You could smash it up more if you like. The About half a pound of this baby bok choy. Sometimes they're called tender greens or small bok choy, and then we finish off with salt. So basically, sometimes in restaurants it's just oil stir fried with salt, but I like to add a little garlic to add a little extra flavor. Um, so the really basics. When the oil gets hot enough, you'll see it start shimmering and sometimes just give off a light wisp of smoke. And you could use a wok, but since most people don't have a wok, and I'm using a cast iron pan because they retain the heat a little better. So I have the heat on medium high, 7 out of 10. It's starting to shimmer. I don't know if you could see that, and streak. So first thing is you add the garlic. The garlic flavors the oil, and we're not trying to burn the garlic, you just want it to flavor the oil. So I'll tilt the pan a little to help add a little garlicky fragrance to the oil. And you don't, once you add the vegetables, it's gonna prevent it from browning too much. So there it is, it's starting to brown just a touch. Now I'll just add the veggies to it. You hear the snap, crackle, pop of the veggies. And the idea is to just move it around. And this takes about, I'm guessing, it depends on how hot the pan is, about 3 to 5 minutes, and depending on how tender you want it. So roughly 5 minutes. You want the white parts, the stems, to cook, and the leaves will start to cook quicker since it's pretty thin. Just move it around. And when the veggies are pretty close to cooking, then we'll add the salt. So sometimes if you add salt too early, uh, it'll pull water out of the veggies, and then you'll end up skewing it a little. And also, it's optional. If you like your greens a lot softer, you could add a little water and cover and let it steam. But right now, I kind of like it a little drier. It depends. If this were bigger leaves, I would steam it to get a little more tender on the stems, the white part. Okay, it's starting to smoke a little more. I'm going to turn the heat down to a 6. I have not been keeping an eye on the time. I'm just looking at it right now. You can tell the volume has shrunk down. And it's starting to get limp a little, so that's good. Getting there. So I'm going to start add a little salt. And I'm just eyeballing it. Just put a nice light coating of salt, as if you're eating at the table. Most people know how much salt they want to add. So I think it's been going about 4 minutes, and it looks like it's pretty much done. So I'm going to turn off the heat and plate the dish. So that's pretty much it. About 4 or 5 minutes, and we're done. All right, here's the finished dish. 8 ounces of tender greens. It looks like it's enough for 1 serving, which is what I timed it to. And some roasted pork. So, let's give it a try. It's still crispy but tender. Light flavor of garlic and salt. And if you want more glisten, you could add a little more oil. I used avocado oil. But you could also use other types of oils. I like healthier oils like avocado or olive oil. And try to avoid corn, soy, and all those other factory-made oils. But here's the dish. Turned out pretty good and quick and under veggies under 6 minutes. Prep, dry, cook. And the roast pork is from a previous video, or I've made roast pork from the previous video. I used the soak method, and I'll include the link at the end of the video. Thank you.